over the years, have you seen the weight room become more and more of a factor with the current professional athlete?
Well, absolutely. I mean, Bryson DeChambeau is a great example of how, and even before him, you go back to Tiger Woods. Tiger Woods, set the bar very high in changing his body to be able to perform and do things that other golfers, up until that point really hadn't even considered. And Bryson has taken that to even the next level. So, every professional athlete that I know is in the gym and they're working out. I would say golf is maybe a little bit different than other sports in the sense that they're working on functional strength for that very specific action that they're trying to perform. So it's not, Bryson is an exception to that. Like he's trying to create speed and stability for sure, but he's really trying to move that golf ball and change the game.
Would you think that maybe was Tiger Woods really the kind of the tipping point where, like when I think of golfers, I'm thinking like Jack Nicholson or Jack Nicklaus and some of these older guys that kind of remind me of my dad a little bit. Just they look like guys that probably had about a dozen martinis at lunch and went out and were just incredible scratch golfers. And now you have like kind of the Tiger Woods where this kind of young, more athletic individual coming in. And now when I watch golf, it looks a lot more similar to that than what I remember golf when I was a kid.
Well, I mean, I think you can make that analogy in almost any sport, so if you look at, baseball players or football players back in the day, they don't look anything like the football players or baseball players of the modern era. And I would say golf is no different. Tiger was so dominant that I think everybody was trying to figure out what it was that he was doing. And, obviously his physique was what everybody could see. And so they associated that with his performance. But, I would even say that Tiger is probably the most mentally tough professional athlete of at least my generation. Just incredible what he was able to do on the golf course, and his ability to use his imagination and visualize what he intended to do, the stuff that nobody else could see. But I think that was in conjunction with his physique is what allowed him to be so dominant. You look at somebody like Jack. I think if you were to compare Jack to Tiger, it's obviously very difficult. But with the modern equipment and the modern golf ball, I think Jack would have been very competitive, for that reason that he just had this talent and this ability. Maybe didn't look the part, but it didn't mean that he wasn't strong and was able to create the speed needed to hit the golf ball a long way.
Any of your athletes use John Daly as an example, just to say, hey, need a couple extra swing oils today on the course?
I think when we talk about Daly, you got to talk about mental toughness. And he brought up a great point about Tiger's mental toughness. I mean, we've since understood what was going on in Tiger's personal life, which actually to me makes it even more impressive that he was able to go on the course and play as well as he did with as much turmoil as he had off the course. So, I mean, that dude is just like the mental fortitude to be able to like compartmentalize all that drama he had in his personal life and go out there and crush the golf ball is amazing.